Hi again, I'm Stephen Wessner, CEO of Predictive ROI. Thanks for coming back for this week's video. If you have yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please do. Just click the subscribe button below and also the little bell next to it. That way you'll get a notification each week when we release a new video. For this topic, I want to spend a little bit of time with you thinking about fear, more specifically, the fear surrounding sharing your expertise. I'm often asked by business owners, questions about how do I get started? How do I, get into the rhythm? And what could I possibly share that would be helpful to somebody else? Do I really have value? Do I have expertise to share? Do I have something that, an audience would really care about? Those questions, in my opinion, and based on my experience, are really based on fear. Those are fear-laden questions. And the only way to get past those, the only way to actually answer those questions is to start doing it. And I know that that's the answer. It sounds like a really simple answer. Oh geez, that doesn't sound very complicated, but yet the barrier is still significant. When I was 18 years old, fresh out of high school, actually 10 days after my high school graduation, I was in Air Force boot camp, basic training at Lackland Air Force Base, just outside of San Antonio, Texas. I was in a brand new world. I had never been away from home. I had never traveled away from Canton, Ohio. And now all of a sudden I was completely separated from my family. Completed the 6 weeks boot camp. It was awesome. It was a great growth experience. I went in very timid, very shy. I came out a completely different person, and that's the process. That's the whole point of the training. But then it was a new set of challenges. When I received my actual occupation, or MOS as it's called in the Air Force, I wanted something in electronics, and all of a sudden I found out that I was assigned to be in nuclear missiles. I was going to be an actual technician inside nuclear missile silos. Completely not what I had raised my hand and signed up for, but those were my orders. And I was going to go to Chanute Air Force Base, just outside of Champaign-Urbana, Illinois, for my very intensive 4 or 5 month long training program. And I say 4 or 5 months because I went in not knowing anything. I didn't know that I was going to make it. I didn't know if I was going to be recycled, which is called when you fail a certain portion of the training and have to go back from the beginning. I didn't know what to expect, but I was very fearful because of the unknown. And then once I got there, I got my rhythm, I started doing it, I started gaining confidence, and by the time I was done, I graduated as an honor student. But then the next series of challenges happened. I got my orders for Ellsworth Air Force Base in Rapid City, South Dakota, where I was going to be part of the missile wing there, the storied tradition of the 44th Strategic Missile Wing. I had no idea what I was doing. And then when I arrived there, in the very first week, the senior leaders in my squadron said to me, forget everything that you learned at Chanute because it doesn't apply here. We have a completely different system than what you were trained on. Throw away the 5 months of intense training because you're starting at the bare minimum, or not the bare minimum, but you're starting at the core foundation, and we're going to build you up again. So now I had another round of training to go through. And here I am, 19 years old, on a nuclear missile silo, covered in muck, dealing with spiders and snakes and all of that, and had no idea what I was doing in a very dangerous occupation. So what did I do? I dug in and I learned and I built the foundation of knowledge just like you have done in your business. And so now I can look back on that 30 years later, and I can look toward other obstacles that come in my way and think, okay, is this worse than what I experienced on Lima 9, the day that we had to run into a missile silo that was on fire and put that out? Is it worse than that? No. Okay, how am I going to then get past this? And my guess is that you have had experiences too that have really pushed you, that have pushed you to the edge, and yet somehow, some way you dug down, you and your team figured out a way to get past that circumstance, to do it with excellence, with brilliance, and come out on the other side a better person, a better team, a better business owner than you were when you went in. Sharing your expertise and the fear of criticism around getting started is the exact same thing. You can do this. You are an expert. You have customers and prospects who are coming to you, seeking out your knowledge every single day for a reason. You are in business for a reason. Now, the next thing is getting over the hurdle of sharing it. And the only way to do that, the only way to make that happen is to actually start. Start small. Start with a video. Start with a podcast. Start with coming out and being a guest on somebody else's podcast. Be interviewed in the local paper. It doesn't matter. Just start doing it, and then you'll start to see that instead of the fear of criticism, what you'll see is a group of people who appreciate your expertise, who reach out to you to say thank you, and that you're making a difference, and you're helping them get over their hurdles and become better business owners as a result. And of course, there's all the business development benefits too. So I hope that that was helpful for you today. You can do this. You have the strength and the courage to do this, and you absolutely, without a doubt, have the expertise, or else you wouldn't be a business owner today. I hope that was helpful. Please give me your comments, questions, leave them in the fields below. I want to know what your feedback is. That helps me get better each and every week. I look forward to next week. And until then, double down and onward with gusto.